Guys, here to get into Carlito's Way, directed by Brian De Palma in the year 1993. I'm just particularly fascinated by Brian De Palma's evolution as a director, from like the 70s to the 80s. In the 70s, he was more just a thriller perspective. Then he evolved into more of a criminal kind of perspective. This is a very subtle end of what he first started, the foundation he started with, like Scarface, which is more of like an intense, kind of insane sort of film all throughout its 3 hours. This is more of a subtle, the quiet like performance, but Al Pacino's a lot more of an admirable position here, more of a just melancholic, very lush atmosphere, even a lot of romantic kind of tone to it all. This is marvelously directed from start to finish. Very beautiful, lush tone. I love Patrick Doyle's soundtrack, and it's just chronicle of Al Pacino as he's just kind of trying to escape a world that's bothering him, and then ultimately it kind of past just is like a little too haunting on him. But it does like have all these great moments of like he's just living up this ultimate freedom with expressionism in his own way. I know Pacino's just particularly sympathetic here. I really love his over the top demeanor that he portrays here. And it just holds up as one of my absolute favorite crime films of all time, simply put. It's just a masterful depiction. Sean Penn's amazing here. And it has a lot of my favorite club scenes of all time. Like, which a lot of this actually reminds me a lot of like the scenes filmed in Boogie Nights. There's something very mesmerizing about the way that some of these club scenes are depicted. Another one's a Glass Days of Disco, like a very 90s kind of atmosphere. This one's naturally convinced. It's almost like 40, nearly half of the film is like, at least a third of the film is set in this atmosphere. So it's just perfect setting all around, perfectly memorable. Love all the arcs and the kind of the unpredictable nature of the story. Every time you rewatch it, it just reveals kind of new layers, and it's just always kind of got this unpredictable sort of nature about it. So this is just a crime film that's kind of underrated, honestly, in the grand scheme. And it's strongly recommended for a very intense kind of thriller. Great atmospheric mood piece all around. I mean, this one just really has a timeless kind of influence about it. So this just simply is strongly recommended.